This is Dabu7. Another update to what's going on here with this Colonial Pipeline ransomware cyber attack. We now have the governor of Virginia putting into motion this state of emergency. And they're doing so here, saying that we're not sure exactly how long this is going to last, but they want to ensure that the people of Virginia have access to gasoline as much as possible. So they're saying that while the EPA has issued a temporary fuel transportation waiver to increase the supply of gasoline, this move by the governor allows the state agencies to issue their own waivers as required by the state. So in terms of truck drivers and how many hours that they can drive on the road and this and that, a lot of that's getting waived to make sure that this can keep on coming through. Now, there are reports that in certain areas, gas stations are saying that as of right now, those that are saying that they're out are out because people kind of stormed the stores, panic buying, and that's why they're out. They expect more shipments to be coming in to replenish them. So already, with the talk of all this, we're seeing people going out en masse, and I've seen it with my own eyes. Many gas stations with huge lines, and others running out of gas as of right now. So this is the latest state of emergency to be declared, this time out of Virginia. Make sure to follow me on the live streams. Going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern on DLive. Talking about this in greater detail. It's where the gloves come off. We talk censorship free, and that's where it's going down. You'll find links below. Much love, y'all.
If the truckers stop, so does this country. Shalom, all praises, glories and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Recha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught me this truth, as well as men of like mind. Shalom wa chasad to the elect of the nation of Israel, whom are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners of the seed line of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who are scattered here in America, which is Babylon the Great, and abroad. And to you I say Shalom, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ratazah. This lesson is edifying. Now, as you brothers and few sisters know by now, there's been an ongoing gas shortage on the East Coast. And what this will ultimately do is that it will begin to cause the trucking industry to become stagnant and eventually unable to operate. And when that happens, then a chain reaction of evils will occur. And I will read some of these things from this list as you see here, if truckers stop. So it's very funny that someone had posted under Dabu's video that if the truckers stop, then the whole country would shut down, and that person was and is right, because the trucking industry is very vital to the life of this country, in that they transport goods that are bought internationally to America, to various parts of America, Babylon the Great, to these various superstores and supermarkets, local grocery stores, and all the stores that we would usually go to buy our food, clothing, and all these different things. All these things are bought by truckers, by the trucking industry. Okay, so what would happen 24 hours after truckers stop? Because they need gas to travel. And if they don't have any gas to travel, then their trucks obviously won't be able to move. Thus, they won't be able to transport goods from one location at their docks to another. Now, 24 hours after trucks stop, what would happen? Delivery of medical supplies to the affected area will cease. Very interesting. And you brothers know what comes to mind when we mention anything concerning medicine these days, because we know that these devils are pushing that venom real hard, and Esau is very, very cunning and very subtle and gradual with his wickedness. So we know where these devils are going to go with this, and are going with this, because Esau never lets a good crisis go to waste. That's how the devil, and that's how the mind of these devils operate. Hospitals will run out of basic supplies. Service stations will begin to run out of fuel. Manufacturers using just in the manufacturing will develop component shortages. The U.S. mail and other package delivery will cease. Within 1 day, food shortages will begin to develop. Automobile fuel availability and delivery will dwindle, leading to skyrocketing prices and long lines at gas pumps. And we've been seeing pictures and videos of long lines at gas pumps. So it's no surprise to us, because all these things are the beginning of sorrows, because these devils have been telling you people that everything is going to be okay. Oh, look, everything is going to be reopening back. Everything's going to so-called go back to normal. But what did the Lord say? What did Yahweh Bashim Yahushai say? Let's find out. See, and this is the problem with a lot of you Israelites, man. You just don't listen. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety. So when these devils are going to say, oh, look, everything's going to be okay, we promise you peace and safety. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them of 2/3 of the nation of Israel that trust in the shadows of Egypt, which will lead to their confusion and their destruction, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So when the Lord begins to rain down even more judgments through these devils on his left-hand side, 2/3 of the nation of Israel would say that the evil shall not overtake nor prevent them, are going to feel the squeeze. And they're going to be put in great straits and great positions of difficulties, because these high gas prices and the lack of gas will affect the trucking industry greatly, in that it will cause them to ultimately shut down, and that will create a series of negative chain reactions, as we are reading from that list. And one of them is what? Famine. You know, niggas love to eat. Niggas love to eat chicken, man. Niggas love to eat. And ain't gonna be none of that no more, man. All that's gonna be done. So expect to start seeing run on these stores to stock up on food and goods and all these kind of things, and especially on gas as well, because a famine is coming, man. Great famine is coming. It says automobile fuel availability and delivery will dwindle, leading to skyrocketing prices and long lines at gas pumps. And this only after 24 hours. Within 2 to 3 days, the food shortages will escalate. And by the way, another thing that's going to affect truckers are these massive long lines that are going to cause these trucks to be stuck in traffic and cause massive delays and missed deadlines. And by the way, don't forget that massive ship that was stuck in the Suez Canal that was blocking it for a week. That's also behind the scenes affecting things globally as well, because don't you think that those ships missed certain deadlines and were backed up and delayed? And what do you think that that's going to cause? It's going to cause shortages. So all these things are going to eventually stock up one against another and cause chain reactions. But the average person doesn't even know this, because they don't care about what's going on around the world. All they care about is vanity, the lust of the flesh. They want to go back to that party lifestyle. Party, party, party. Party until your skunt starts starving. But anyhow, man, let's read on, man. It says food shortages will escalate, especially in the face of hoarding and consuming panic. And we're going to start seeing that. Supplies of essentials such as bottled waters, potted milk, and canned meat at major retailers will disappear. See, everybody going to want to get food. ATMs will run out of cash and banks will be unable to process transactions. Service stations will completely run out of fuel. See that? No fuel, no move. No move, no food. It says garbage will start piling up in urban and suburban areas. Container ships will sit idle in ports, and rail transport will be disrupted, eventually coming to a standstill, and that is within 2 to 3 days. The first week, automobile travel will cease due to lack of fuel. Hospitals will begin to exhaust oxygen supplies. The second week, clean water supply will begin to run dry. The fourth week, the nation's clean water supply will be exhausted. And these are the effects of no trucks for a whole month, okay, upon the country. So this is my last scripture, 2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And what are all the sown places? All these big supermarkets, your Key Foods, your Family Dollars, the Dollar Generals, your Walmarts, all these different super stores, man, that people usually go to buy goods. All these sown places are going to appear unsown. They're going to be found empty. Due to what? Famine. And all the above that we had read earlier. The full storehouses shall be found empty. All these storehouses that have all these different goods packed up, they're all going to be found empty. So the time is coming, man. Time of great famine, trial, and tribulations. These are the beginning of sorrows. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect. Lord's willing, until the next I say shalom to the elect.